Hi friends! Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is C and I post financial and budgeting videos every single Friday. So if you are into that kind of thing and you want to follow me along my journey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below to follow me along on the journey and make sure you never miss a single video. Let's go ahead and get into this week's video. Let's do it. Okay friends, so today's video is going to be my first ever budget with me on this channel. My September budget is going to be very interesting, so I thought that this might be an interesting one to start with because September is going to be super duper chaotic. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay friends, so this is the planner that I use. It's from Michaels. I adore it because this beautiful picture of these flowers, which I think matches my aesthetic, but also I loved typewriters. I love writing. The idea of journaling, reading, anything to do with literature. So this was right up my alley. So let's go ahead and get into September. Oh, this is from Michaels, by the way, if I didn't say. Okay, guys, we're all zoomed in. This is my spread for September. I'm not super glamorous and have all those stickers and budgeting spread things that everyone else has. I just keep it super simple because that's what my budget can afford. So this is my spread and this is kind of the bare bones. I've already gone through and put out every payday that I have. So at my primary job, I get paid every Wednesday. At my second job, I get paid every other Thursday. So I have those written down there. And I just put this like key over here because I color code. It'd be easy for you guys to see what each kind of color means. So I've also written down all of my bills and color coded them based on mode. The reason I've done this is because all of my bills are on auto pay. If you guys are new here, I am a month ahead on my bills. So all of my paychecks in September will be going to my bills for October, and all of my money that I need for September is currently in a bank account waiting to be used for those bills. So because I am a month ahead, I can kind of play around with where that money is coming from for my bills for September. And this is how I do it every month. My gym membership and my Spotify, for example, are color coded pink, and pink represents my MasterCard. So it goes onto my MasterCard, and then I have it set up that on the day it goes onto my MasterCard, I have a standing order from my bank account for that amount to go onto my MasterCard. So I get all the points for having that bill go onto my credit card. I also, because it's on auto pay, don't have to worry about remembering to pay it, but then I don't have to worry about remembering to pay my credit card for that balance either because I have my bank account to auto put that on. But that's a really easy way of having good credit utilization because you're constantly using your credit card. You're not really using it because that money is automatically going on. You're not building any interest. It's also a great way of building up points pretty quickly for things that you're already using anyways. My Netflix and my phone bill, for example, is on my Visa, so that goes there, and blue represents my checking account. So on my checking account, my RSP and tax-free savings account, which are my retirement investments, go into that account. My school loan comes off of that account, my rent comes out of that account, my government student loan comes out of that account, and my car insurance comes out of the account. So you'll see in orange I have all the days and hours that I work. I do work 65 hours a week, roughly, give or take. This week looks a little bit less than 65 hours, thank God. And yes, I do work Sunday to Sunday. I work 7 days a week. It is quite a lot. So that is the bare bones breakdown. I will show you an example of what it will look fully filled out because this is just like my bills, any appointments that I have. So like I have a facial this day, but I also do track everything that I spend. So let me find an example. So like here's July. Don't judge me, I spent a lot of money on food, and I organize my expenses and what I've spent money on in two colors. So one would be the little dot on the side, and that represents what category of spending it is. So if it's a need, if it's eating out, if it's an unbudgeted expense, or if it's a personal or household expense. So I want to categorize, okay, what was actually needed and what was just stuff that I wanted. And also how often am I eating out and spending money on food when I have groceries. Okay, and then I have this little sticky note that I've kind of covered up and folded up. And this is just my list of monthly goals. I always put 5 monthly goals. So that's kind of the blank gist of everything. So important note for my budget. Yes, I get paid every Wednesday. Yes, I get paid every other Thursday. But these 3 weeks in September are the only weeks of my pay periods that I'm guaranteed. And by that I mean right now, I work that full-time job Monday to Friday, 8:45 to 5. come this day on the 15th is the last day of that contract. So I'm going to temp right now with my company. When that ends, I will go back to being part-time casual at my company, and that means that I might not get any hours, I might get a few hours, I might get a lot of hours. It really depends, but I will no longer be working full-time, and I will be no longer guaranteed any part-time hours. I will be part-time casual. So these 3 weeks are the only weeks that are going to be technically paying for my October expenses, because once again, we are a month ahead. September is paid for. You're worrying about October. So I have to make sure that I'm budgeting only what I make in these 3 weeks, and that if I don't make anything these 2 weeks, it wouldn't matter because all of my expenses are taken care of these 3 weeks. So let's go into my budget and I'll show you what that's going to look like. Here is my September budget. So as you can see here, I have those 3 weeks listed out because those are the only 3 weeks in here that I'm guaranteed that paycheck. So on the first week of September, I'm guaranteed to make $590, and then the other 2 I'm guaranteed to make $630. And that's because I do work at a company that has a union, which means that we have to pay union dues on the first paycheck of the month. So that's going to be this one, and it is going to bring my paycheck to $590. So $590 is my usual week 1 paycheck, and $630 are my usual paychecks for the rest of the month. Out of that $590, my bills are going to be broken down into $300 for rent and $60 for my phone. So from that $590, $360 is going to bills, and then I have a breakdown of what is important for me to put in my envelopes that week, which would bring me to a total of $230. For the sake of time, I'm not going to read out every single expense here. If you want to pause and read it, you can. Also too, I might adjust like what I'm preferring to put my money into for that week when I get into that week. So I do kind of do this as a skeleton of what I really want to hit throughout the month. So week 2 is gonna be $630, $300 that's gonna go on my rent, $122 my student loan, $25 to my subscriptions, so $445 to bills. And then once again, a breakdown of my envelopes here, which would be a total of $185. And then week 3 would be $630, $225 for rent, $80 for my investing in my futures. That's my RSP and tax-free savings accounts for retirement and down payment for my house. So $425, and then a total of $205 for my envelopes. So now that takes care of the 3 weeks from my primary job's paychecks, but not my secondary job. So with my secondary job, because those hours are so variable, it's a variable paycheck. I never know exactly how much I'm going to make. I have only budgeted for those paychecks to be providing me $400. I think that's a good base. The key thing about budgeting with variable expenses is to make sure that you are lowering the expectations of what you are allowing yourself to budget with. So let's say you typically make $600 on a paycheck, but you don't know if those are consistent hours and you're going into a slower period. Lower it to what the bare maximum, bare bones would be. So for me, that's roughly around $400. I think that every paycheck I should be able to make at least $400. My first paycheck falls on week 1 here, and that's going to be from my 1 pay. $200 is going to my facial appointment. I'm going to do $100 for my gas and groceries. So you'll note when I did my breakdown, none of this included expenses that are necessary like gas and groceries. That is going to come out of these paychecks. So $100 from my first paycheck will go to that gas and grocery buffer. And not only am I a month ahead on my bills, I'm a month ahead on my expenses. So $400 is my total of what I budget for gas and groceries a month, and that $400 for September is already in my bank account. This paycheck and my other paycheck for my second job will be going to my gas and groceries for October, just like my bills. So $100 for gas and groceries, $50 are going to taxes, and $50 for my buffer, just kind of for a fail safe in case I owe a lot at the end of the year. I already have some of that money squirreled away to pay. And then $50 for my buffer. This buffer is my bill buffer. So if I don't have any hours or very low hours in October, this amount helps me pay for certain bills that I can't cover otherwise, because I didn't make any income. That's gonna be my first paycheck from there. And then my second paycheck from there falls on my 3rd week of my normal pay. So this week, right about here, that is going to be $300 for gas and groceries. So that's a total of $400 if you add these 2 together. And that means all of October will be fully paid for in terms of gas and groceries and squirreled away. $50 again is going to taxes, and $50 is going to my buffer. And technically I would have another paycheck here because there are actually 3 Thursdays in September and 5 Wednesdays in September, so I would get an extra paycheck for both of my jobs. However, because my contract ends this week and I'm not sure what the week after, the 2 weeks after are going to be like, I don't want to count that in there for my budget. So any extra money that are made on those 2 weeks are completely going to go to my buffer to help pay for November. So I hope that makes sense. I know it's a lot of rambling and a lot of talking, but that's how I'm preparing for the shift in hours and the deflation of pay. So for me, I'm so lucky that I'm already a month ahead on both my bills and expenses that I'm not super stressed about making the payments for September. If I follow this battle plan, I will be fine for October. It will just be November on that I have to worry about. I have to be really diligent and mindful about my spending and how I'm organizing my funds. So that is kind of how I do everything. I have been thinking about doing more different videos. I usually just do cash stuffings. A couple weeks ago, I did a Happy Meal unboxing and setup. Today I'm doing budgeting. So let me know down below what other kinds of things you want to see from me. I also kind of want to do a plan my week with me to show you guys how I organize working 65 hours a week, going to school for 22 hours a week, and going to the gym, being social, cooking, all that kind of stuff, how I organize that and what my week looks like because of that. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know down below, and just let me know in general what you guys want to see from me. Okay, friends, that is it for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed. I want to take a moment and thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Thank you for stopping by and spending your time here with me today. Time is money, so it's so important and so precious, and I'm so grateful that you decided to spend it here with me today. I want to thank you guys so much for all the love and support in the last little bit. You guys are amazing. I have linked down below a bunch of people who I love and support. They're linked to my description bar as always, so please go and check them out. I want to make sure that I'm shouting out as many people who love and support me and who I love and support as well. So definitely give them some love. Let them know that I sent you there if you click on any of the channels linked down below from in my description box. I want to manifest nothing but good things for you guys this week. I hope you guys all have a great week and are happy, healthy, and productive. And I hope you meet all of your goals this week, whether they're personal, financial, whatever they may be. I hope you achieve them. And I wish you the best of luck. Please know I'm in your corner supporting you always. And if at any point you struggle or don't meet your goals, remember to be kind to yourself, to be patient with yourself, and please forgive yourself. Because at the end of the day, we're all just trying. Okay, guys, that's it for this week. Happy Friday. I will see you next Friday. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.